is Matt Dorman from Decipher Life. Check out bendingrealitymag.com.
Folks, good afternoon. This is DJ Fire here at the Rock Asylum this afternoon. I'm also writing for Bending Reality Magazine. I'm getting an honor today to talk to Matt Dorman, a musician that I've gotten to know a little bit, and he's going to tell me a little bit about his story. So, Matt, say hi to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, Matt, tell me a little bit about what we were talking about a little while ago, a couple weeks back, about how you and Brian Jumper sort of indirectly started Decipher Life in a way.
Well, yeah, the whole thing about the Decipher Live band was we were in a previous band called Shredback. I had gotten invited to come to a practice from Jason at the time. He was the lead singer, lead guitar player, and went and saw them practice. There was only the two of them at the time. Dill, the bass player, had gone in with a different band for a little bit, but they were looking for another guitar player, so they got me in, and I got my buddy Jeremy in to play bass. And Dill saw that it was going good, and we were writing new material, and he got interested, but he came back, which was good because Jeremy moved further away, so he couldn't make the practice anyway. So we were straight fire, and then during practice, me and Jump we would always work on new stuff. Me and him were roommates for a while, so we always had time to write stuff, and we'd try to present it to the band, and it would get shut down before it even got announced or anything like that. So we decided to start a side project, just me and him, to work on new material, and it just took off. We got Dave played guitar, we got Jump brother Mike, who's now a lead singer, Dill to be our lead singer. We got Dill from Shredfire to come over and be our bass player after Brian Binkenbinder had left, and that's pretty much it. Me and Jump got on it, and we just wrote all kinds of music, and the band just took off quickly.
Yeah, it seems like it's been a rocket ship ride for them the last 18 months or so. How do you feel about their success now?
Oh, their success, I'm happy for them. I support them 100%. I mean, it's an honor to be one of the co-founders of the band. And I hear about them, getting signed and they're playing shows with great international bands, and I'm like, this is fantastic. Part of me is a little bit, like, man, I should have stuck around, but I still have my ambitions for music, and I still play, and I'm still trying to form a band here where I live now. The music scene here is a little bit more dry than it is in Pennsylvania. In Pennsylvania, you stumble across musicians that are serious about playing music left and right. Here in Oklahoma City, it's hard to find people that actually want to, give their time and give their heart to something that they're passionate about, and I can't find people here that are as passionate as I am. Like Jump is very passionate. I know Mike Brownwell is passionate about it. I know Dill loves playing music. He's a great bass player. And everybody in Decipher Life, they all have a passion for the music that they create, and that's what I love about them specifically as a band. Not just that I know them or that I was a co-founder. It's that they write what they feel,
right.
and they write from their soul, and that's what I'm looking for here. And it's hard to find those kind of people. And I'm missing being on stage, but I'm not going to give up. I mean, there's plenty of other people out there to find them.
When you would write stuff or collaborate with the writing process, what would you say your lyrical style was like?
My lyrical style, I would say it's I don't know, I would say kind of depressing, but uplifting at the same time. The lyrics I write are more about, being at the very bottom and building yourself up to something better, The creativity of writing comes from so many different angles. I mean, it could be a breakup that inspired a song. It could be a family member, anything. I mean, I just write what I feel, and it's worked out so far. And as far as my music, the guitar riffs and stuff, I mean, I do have a lot of depressing undertones, and it's more melodic and heavy, but it's also heavy, It's kind of hard to describe my style.
Okay. If you could outline, or I should say, who you would say are influences musically speaking, or if you would ever be able to share stage with, who would they be?
I would have to say that Mark Tremonti from Creed, Alter Bridge, he's got his own band now. Tremonti is a guitar player. He's pretty inspirational. Creed was one of the first bands I learned how to play a song on the guitar, and just to see the progress and see how he's gotten so much better. Anybody can do it, and it's pretty inspirational. As far as sharing stage with the other bands, I mean, I wouldn't. That's a tough question. I mean, there's a lot of good bands out there. Like in this moment, and that would be, I've met them in person to be able to play on stage with them. That would be fantastic. Or Five Finger Death Punch or 12 Foot Ninja. I mean, there's a bunch.
Okay. Speaking of in this moment, since you got to meet them, what do you think of Maria Brink and her vocal range?
I think she's gorgeous, honestly. I tell everybody, everybody at work, I joke around, and one of their songs would come on, and they're like, "Who's this?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's my wife." That's kind of advantage with, she's not. I mean, but she is beautiful, I think, and her vocal range, the way she can go from singing to screaming like she does. I mean, it's pretty fantastic. Kind of like Lizzie Hale, she's got a vocal range that'll blow your freaking mind too. So I mean,
Okay,
I love it.
Yeah, I totally agree with you when it comes to Maria's voice. Her voice is just, I don't know, it's like hypnotic in a way. The
Yeah.
mellower side of her, she's like really hypnotic, and then when she just screams, it's like wow, totally
Yeah,
wow.
yeah, they grabbed a hold of you. Pretty emotional the way she can do her vocals. I mean, I
Um,
like it.
if you had the chance to come back to Pennsylvania to do things alongside of Decipher Life, if they would say, "Hey, we want you back in some way back with the band," what would you say to that offer if they offered it to you?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I would love to be back in there. I mean, me and Jump, we have like the same taste in writing. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, he's always told me that he can get along better with me musically than anybody he played with, and that's just because me and him were roommates for so long, and we played together, outside of the band, just jamming around and just goofing off and just writing new stuff. I mean, we gotten so comfortable that I know what he's gonna do on the drum before he does, and he knows what I'm gonna do. So it worked out between me and him perfectly because we were on the same page, the same book every time we played together. Though.
So
But
when
yeah,
you
if they ever came and said, we want you back, I'd be like, are you kidding me? Hell yeah, I'll go back. I mean, that opportunity presented itself. Yeah, of course.
Well, the way you're describing this, that sounds very collaborative and very mutual. Like you knew what each other you expected out of each other, and you made it happen.
Yeah,
And that's hard to find. Like chemistry like that nowadays with certain musicians, not necessarily locally, but some of these well-known name bands that we're talking about. I wouldn't say them per se, but yeah, there are some bands that just don't have that cohesion or that
right.
camaraderie.
Yeah, right. That's what makes Decipher Life so great is that everybody has been friends for so long, and Mike and Jump are brothers, and I consider all the members like family to me. I call them my family, my brothers.
Hmm.
I mean they're the closest thing to actual real brothers I have. I have two older brothers, but I don't ever hear from them, and they don't expect to hear from me. So they're
Hmm.
like my family, and I love them to death. But that's why, yeah, that's why they're getting better and better and better is because they understand one another and they are all on the same page. They're not jumping around, this guy is understanding it differently. No, everybody has the same understanding and everybody's, going for the same thing. So that makes it work out just fine.
Here's one of my another tough question for you. If I were a record label or an executive for a record label, what would you say to me to convince me that you deserve a contract?
What would I say? That's another tough question. In my position now, I couldn't because I don't have anything going for me as far as a band. But if I had a band and, we had good music and I thought that we deserved to be out there and to be heard by everybody. I don't know what I would say. I think everybody deserves a chance, and I know no, not everybody get that chance. I really wouldn't have a sales pitch. It would have to be my music. I mean, you would have to hear the music, make up your mind on your own. You're either gonna like it. I mean, you're either gonna be like, wow, this is amazing, and I think a lot of people are gonna like it, or you'll be like, I don't care for that at all, and I don't think people are really gonna go for it. I mean, I don't really wouldn't have a sales pitch. I'd listen to give the music a chance.
Right.
As far as what my ambitions are and what I want to happen with my life, I can't try and tell that to anybody. But the music itself should take care of that on its own. I mean, you have fantastic music. There's no reason why you shouldn't be heard. Does that make any sense?
It does because from what I heard you say earlier, it's just that blue collar drive and that drive to succeed that and that's what I admire about any of these indies that I support and hearing you say that too, it's like you seem to have that same blue collar get in the trenches type of work ethic that if given the chance to be back in a band, that's what you're going to bring to it. And that's what I would say that would get me to sign you. The fact that you continue to be blue collar and true to yourself.
Right on. Yeah. I mean, music's a lifestyle. I mean, I've been playing guitar since I was like 13. I just recently acquired a drum set. I'm playing drums now, and I figure if I can't find people to help me do this, I'm going to end up doing it myself. So,
Aren't
maybe.
drums fun?
Oh, they're great.
They're a great instrument to release anger or stress.
Hmm.
Get out some raw emotion when you need them.
Yeah.
If let me see, what's one of my other? Okay, when you were playing music regularly, when you weren't, I should say, when you were on stage and then off stage, like just relaxing and chilling. What are the things you do or have done in the past just to chill?
Just chill. We would have, we'd go kayaking, or we just hang out. Mostly we'd play music. I mean, we would have practice a lot. I mean, 3 to 4 times a week. I mean, other than not playing shows. I mean, there's always the day job, and then after the day job's over, there's band practice, and then just hang out, drink some beer, and just be friends, and come up with ideas, or just all kinds of stuff. I mean, when we were as a band, I mean, we watched sports, football games, just hang out like friends. I mean, it's just like family. It's pretty much what it was. We weren't playing music. We were hanging out.
Right,
Or
right.
at work. So
Keeping things simple and very mellow, and yeah,
yeah,
I can get down with that. Let's see. What sort of things do you do now for fun now that you're not playing music?
I still play. Like I have a day job. I have a night job also. I don't work every night, but I'll get off work around 4 o'clock at my day job, and I'll go home and I'll jump on the drum set right away, and I'll just jam around for about an hour. Then I'll get on the guitar, and I'll come up with some new stuff, or I'll continue writing something I've been working on, or I'll be writing lyrics, just anything. I've always got musical ideas popping in my head, and lyrics. I'll have to, real quick at work, I'll get on my phone, and I'll have like this great lyric, and I'll text it to myself so I won't forget it, and I'll, stuff like that. Or if I have a great guitar riff idea and I can vocally, speak it into my phone, I'll record it. That way, whenever I get home, I can play it back and then just learn it on the guitar how I, hear it in my head. So,
Right.
so that's what I do. If I'm not working, I'm playing music. I mean, every now and then I'll get on and play some Battlefield 4 on the PS4, but not as much as I used to.
So you're a gamer, but not quite as hardcore.
Yeah, I used to be, but it's just, don't really have time for it. I'm not good at it anyway. I just think on sometimes.
Right.
Yeah, music is like, if it's not work, it's mostly music. So.
I'm picking up on a very strong passion for it, that
Oh yeah.
you want it to be back in your life at some point, and I wish you nothing but success, and I hope it happens for you too, because from all this that you're telling me, it's like I can hear drive, determination, and will just to make it happen again with the right people.
Right. Finding them right people is the hard part. There's this band here. They're a metal band. The name of them is Suicide Pariah.
Okay.
And they were trying to get me in as a guitar player, but it's not my style, because you can't understand the vocals. I like to be able to understand some of the vocals. I mean, I like screams in the music too, but not completely through the song. It's like that low growl metal deathcore music, and they try to get me in there. I'm like, I tried it for a little bit, and I was like, I like the fact that I'm playing, in a band with other people, but at the same time, it's not my style. So I told them, I was like, I can't do this, because I can't give it my all, because it's not the way I would do it, and I can't go through and be like, all right, I'm going to put changes in all y'all's music to make it fit my style. It's just easier to let them do what they want to do, and find the person that's passionate about that style of music, and instead of me pretending like I'm okay with it, So I declined the offer to play with a band, though, because it's just not my style.
Right.
That's what happened with that band. But yeah, there are musicians around here, and I've talked to quite a few, and I got this one guy. He wants me to do some country rap with him, and I'm like, I don't know about that either. That's really not my style. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't hate country music or anything. I like all music, but it's not my go-to.
Right.
My go-to would be more like Bullet for My Valentine, or Broken Benjamin, music like that. Law, stuff like that. I like playing, heavy melodic stuff. So.
Okay, about speaking of melodic, what do you think of melodic stuff like from Europe, such as Nightwish or bands like that?
So you'd mean like bands like In Flames or
Um,
Amaranth?
yeah, bands like that. Do you enjoy their music?
Oh yeah, I think Amaranth is a great band. It's one of my top 15 at least. I
Okay.
mean, I like all that. I like
Yeah.
the opera type metal. I mean, music. Period. I can't really discriminate any music. It's all got good parts. I mean, it's all got bad too. But.
Yeah, music, from what I'm hearing you say, is just a good, satisfying thing for you.
Oh yeah, definitely a big part of my life. So.
And you said you started learning guitar at 13.
But yeah, the whole story with that was, if you're interested in that story.
Sure.
I think I was like 7 or 8, and I was real big into Ninja Turtles back in the 80s. And my dad told me that he would give me my very own large pizza if I got straight A's on my report card. I got straight A's, but he got me an acoustic guitar instead. And I was like, what the hell is this? Where's my pizza? But he showed me a couple chords, and I didn't. I was too young. I was still going outside and playing, and I wasn't really interested in it until I was about 13. He gave me an electric, and then that's whenever I got real serious about it. So I fiddled around with other songs, and then it wasn't until about 17, 18 that I actually got to the point where I could start writing my own stuff. So.
That, that's cool, Matt. I really do appreciate your time today. All right, man. Well, I gotta get done, and I want to thank you again for your time today, and we'll talk again soon.
All right, no problem. And
All
I
right, man.
appreciate it.
No problem. Have a good day.
All right, you too.
Later. Bye.